Here comes a true veteran here in the Nut and Fancy project. One of my North Face hats. Look at that. All sweat stained, grease and oil stained, a little bit of wear and tear. Faithful companion on many backpacking and run and gun adventures here in the Nut and Fancy project. Love my North Face hats. Hey Nut and Fancy, you must love the North Face brand too, right? You've been promoting them for coming up on 4 years now. I know, and you're right, I do like the North Face brand. I was a little bit reticent for all those years actually wearing this in front of the camera because I know it seemed like I was really promoting the brand when in fact I wasn't. I just love the hat. I couldn't find a hat this good. It's made out of Subplex nylon. It dries so quickly, lightweight, rugged, durable, plastic build that's preformed, easy to adjust. Honestly, I never found a hat as much as I liked as that one. That's why I've been wearing it in front of TNP since 2008. Alright, those days are over. The North Face, your free ride here in the Nut and Fancy project is over. Hope you liked it. And no, I never heard a word from the North Face ever. But now we got our own hat, and I'm wearing it. 2012, the TNP Adventuring hat is now a reality thanks to you guys. That's right, you guys. I never would have done a hat had you not asked me for it. I've been hearing since 2008, hey, Nut and Fancy, make a TNP hat. It's taken me 4 years to do it. I know. I'm slow on these things. It wasn't a priority, to be honest with you. You know, making money off merchandising is an extremely low priority here in the Nut and Fancy project. So much so, I've waited 4 years to do it. Now, I could have slapped a crappy hat together made out of cotton from any number of vendors, thrown a TNP logo on that and sold it, I don't know, starting in 08, 09. I just didn't want to do it. It's not a hat I would ever wear. I'm not going to sell out like that. It's going to be a hat I love that I myself will wear on my own adventures. And finally, I was able to make it happen. One is securing the right fabric. You don't even know how tough that is. Almost all of them are made out of cotton. I went to vendor after vendor, both in person and online, researching, hey, this is my specifications for a hat, basically wanting to duplicate the performance of this hat. Very difficult, very expensive to make reality, but here it is, TNP Adventure hat. It's every bit as good as that North Face hat. I've been wearing it on adventures to prove it. Running and gunning. I just got back from Jeremiah Johnson trip with this hat. Look how stained that is. Sweat stained. Yeah, it's a veteran, just like this one. Love it. It's lightweight. Everything the North Face hat was. Comfortable, breathes very well. That's really important when I'm out in the desert. It's 100 degrees. Blocks the sun. Doesn't let your scalp get all sunburned. I love the hat. TNP Adventure hat. Let me show you the front. Designed by an awesome TNPer. That's the logo. That's me with a Glock 17 with a 33 round stick stuck in it in front of the TNP logo. Cool. And then on the back, embroidered, not printed, but embroidered, the Nut and Fancy project. I just love how this hat turned out. It's in, you guessed it, Cody Tan. Great hat. Look above my ugly head there, and that's the website where you can go secure your TNP hat. Again, this is all by request from TNPers. Thousands of TNPers, my friends, subscribers across the world. TNP hats, TNP hats, TNP hats. Finally a reality. Thanks, by the way, huge thanks to Tactical Doodle, my son, crew member in the Nut and Fancy project, Mrs. Nut and Fancy, who spearheaded this big project and made it a reality. And they're the ones that are going to ship it to you. We are a very small operation on here, but we will get it out to you as fast as we can. We're keeping our costs as low as we can to cover the, again, sizable costs for doing these hats, not making much off each one. And I think you're going to be extremely happy with the quality of the hats and how comfortable they are. You can show, I don't know, your kinship with the Nut and Fancy project that way. Another big thanks I want to say to you guys is for the patches. Okay, these are all ideas that came into the Nut and Fancy project. Hey, we really want this, we want that. I've been doing name tapes for a long time. I'll show you some new ones here in just a second, but first patches. Here you go. I think you may have seen them in some TNP videos already, and we are so stoked with the way these turned out. Check that. Cody Tan, brown if you want, comes in silver, square format. I'm looking in the viewfinder here. Love this one, just simply TNP. right there, and then an OD as well. Okay, and again, we were very much sticklers on how the quality on these patches turned out. We had some samples come back from different vendors, didn't like them. It's taken months to get all that ironed out. Basically, with all this stuff, it's going to be right, or I'm not going to do it, right? And all of this, if the demand is there, they sell well, I may do variations of it. Maybe different colors of that. Maybe. It just depends. If these flatline, you'll see all TNP merchandise just kind of fade away into the sunset and never come back. Okay, I've got a lot going on here, and merchandising is not my motivation here in TNP. It is adventuring. Doing the reviews, the philosophy videos, a lot more of that coming up. Here's the name tags. New ones. Dude, this one, I can't believe. I think I talked about this one. It's been selling like crazy. Neighborhood Watch. And then Tactical Doodle asked, hey, should we do that in more visible colors? I said, yeah, rock it. Here you go. Orange on black. Neighborhood Watch. If I went into without rule of law situation, I would wear that top one probably. Some cat rolling in to my neighborhood if I'm doing a, I don't know, a checkpoint or something. You betcha. What's your business here? Why are you here? And that's a great way to identify your team members too, Neighborhood Watch patch. There you go. This one's by Tactical Doodle. It's so funny. More flavor? That's so funny. Yeah, he has that one on. I don't know what colors he has it on. Go to the website. You'll see what he does. And we may vary the colorations and what's available here. The perennial bestsellers just keep on going. These, the Fear No Evil, since I did the original turn on, just rocking. These are just very popular. TNP Sheepdog, very popular in both colorations. The Nut Fancy project, selling, that's always sold very well. And then Suck Less is probably the perennial bestseller. That Neighborhood Watch. Oh, and then Needs Gimping. Those just flew out. I don't even know if we have any more of those. And these will sell out too. I may or may not reorder them. Just depends. Some of these will just be limited edition. We'll do limited runs. You may never see them again. So if you like any of those, go to the website. Order them up. Get them while you can. Still available. A few of them are the TNP stickers, by the way. I love these stickers. I have them on all kinds of stuff. There's another one. I showed these in the original merchandising turn-on vid like last year. There's one right there. I love that saying. That's for backpacking guys. You know, the outdoor adventure types. They don't really want to show a gun association. I'm totally with that. The other one right there. Stickers available. And then I have a few calendars left. I'm talking 2012 Nut Fancy project calendars left too. Once they're gone, they're gone. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to do another calendar in 2013. Again, it's almost more hassle than it's worth, and it just takes me away from the project. If they all sell, you guys want them, I may do them. So let Tactical Doodle know. Love that picture again. That's just awesome. We're kind of in a backpacking adventure phase right now in TNP. Just got back from the Jeremiah Johnson backpacking snowshoe trip with Allie, the mountain dog. So great to have her back in the project. Posting actually, actual part 4. Spent about 5 hours editing that to get together last night. It'll be made live here in a sec. Here's some backpacking pictures on the 12 calendar. There you go. So, and actually, if you order a calendar, I'm going to sign it. And we may actually put these on sale. I don't know how many we got left, like 20, 30, something like that. So the rest of the guys getting it late in the year as a thank you to helping us clear out the inventory, I want to sign it for you. There you go. Once again, TNP t-shirts. This has been selling really good. You guys love this shirt. I've heard nothing but good about it. Here's the Fear No Evil shirt, again in gray. That's such an awesome looking graphic on there. Here's the front of it. This is kind of an in-your-face to the protectionist culture again. We're free men. We can own guns. We defend life, property, and the American way of life with those guns. It's all good. If you're into the backpacking adventures, we got you covered. And again, these are the 50% cotton, 50% polyester shirts right here with that graphic. And I'm hoping you're making your life count. Those will be there. Saying we got a couple, not many, but a couple in blue, and that's Live for Adventure, Adventure to Live shirts. Love them both. The tan and the blue are just excellent. Finally, not finally, a couple other things. On the Big Cartel site, Nut Fancy, or if it changes, I'll annotate it above my head again. I do make available, on a very limited basis, the TNP, I'm wearing one right now, shell casings. These are the donation shell casings. I stress donations, because they happen. I don't solicit them, but people for years now will pop some money into the Nut and Fancy project to help pay for the ammunition, the gear acquisitions, which pretty much, there goes my sign, standard. The gear acquisitions, almost everything you see in front of the Nut and Fancy project is bought with advertising revenue and then funds from all this. Independent gear reviewer, baby. Loan stuff, occasionally something's donated, very rarely. Mostly we purchase it and then resell it. Speaking of which, before I get to the shell casings, Tactical Doodle told me to tell you that every Friday, until further notice, sorry, I'm hoarse here, we're going to post surplus gear. I've had a cold I cannot shake. I swear I've got contagion or something. Horrible. I mean, I'm talking for a month. Have you guys had that? I cannot shake this thing. But every Friday is going to be Surplus Friday here in the Nut and Fancy project. So if we have knives, gear, backpacks, axes, whatever, as I get the review done and it's just surplus stuff that we just got to push out the door, get our money out of, it's going to go up on the website. Now, Tactical Doodle is going to verify who you are. You live in a place it's legal for. He may have you email you back. Sorry about all that. We just have to do that to make sure you're old enough to possess the item, all that stuff. But there you go. Check it out every Friday. Log on to the Big Nut and Fancy Big Cartel website. You may find some really smoking gear. Almost all of it's going to be signed by me to certify that it was used in either testing or review here in the Nut and Fancy project, accompanied by a certificate of authenticity. Yes, that should make it a little bit collectible, maybe a lot collectible. And we just want to get our money out of the object and move on down the road, put it into something else. And there you go. Okay, shell casings. They're donation shell casings. They are a thank you to people who support the project that have been donating, and it's a very cool memento. They're not being sold, okay, because they're expensive. They're very time consuming for me to make. I make all of these personally. I don't know if you know that. I don't farm them out. This one is from a DPMS LR308. It's a necklace variety. Comes with a TNP collectible stamped card. 550 cord around it. Each one is hand polished by myself, engraved by myself, drilled by myself. It's time consuming. I don't want to spend my whole life doing that. If I did, the whole project would shut down. So yeah, they're a thank you. It's kind of like PBS. If you go there, you know, you get a handbag or something else. You know, you give a $75 donation. I'm talking PBS, not here. And you get a handbag. That's the principle. It's a donation shell casing. So don't look at it as they're being sold. And if you don't want them, don't get them. I'll tell you what, a lot have gone out the door though. Here's one from the Rock River Arms AR-15 review. 2 of 50. Okay, and I'm going to switch out those guns which have them. You know, it just depends. This one is from the Point Break Shoot 300 Winchester Mag, Remington 700P. And I may number them, I may not. Just look at the drop-down menu there on the website and it'll tell you how to do it. Okay, so that's shell casings. They're ultra cool. I'm almost always wearing one just as a good luck charm. What's coming up in the Nut and Fancy project? So much. I don't know if what I can lift the lid on because I don't know if I can push it to the stage of reality yet. I almost feel like, and this is the update portion of the video, that I'm putting out 7th grade videos. I really do. I feel like that what I have out there, you guys may disagree and go, well, we love your content. It's cool, it's foundational what I have out, but I want to go in so many different directions. I'm not really a gun channel, I'm not a knife channel, I'm not, I don't know, whatever channel. I'm a life channel. That's what I am. And what you see is a reflection of the Nut and Fancy family, our genuine belief in the things that are part of our lives, part of my life. The adventuring, the freedoms, the protection of liberties, the sheepdog concept, being good to your fellow man, being a part of the political process, and having fun and making memories with your family and friends. That's what all of this means, by the way. This. So when you wear the TNP patch, you're wearing that. That's what the brand stands for. And guys who've been watching the Nut and Fancy project get it. And I guarantee you, if you wear your sweat-stained TNP hat from your adventures, you are going to have a conversation piece. I guarantee it. I know because I've heard from TNPers around the world in person when I have the privilege to meet you guys. Just that hey, I turned my buddy onto this. There's so much that we all have in common in doing these adventures or at least getting out. There's a lot of folks in TNP that watch the adventures that can't get out. You know, bless their hearts. They're confined to a wheelchair, they're injured, and they live by proxy through what I am privileged to do in front of the TNP camera, go out and do the adventures. And I have such big plans to do more, to expand the horizons of the Nut and Fancy project, of what it means, of where it's going, and I think I'll be able to get there. I told you in an update video in 2008 the amount of growth that I foresaw in the Nut and Fancy project. You've seen now in 2012 a little bit what I'm talking about. I think it'll go bigger, and it'll become more meaningful to you as a viewer and subscriber, to my personal friends for supporting me in this venture, as it gets deeper in meaning, as I talk about, I don't want to say too much, but let me just say the human family. I talk about that, and you'll see more philosophy videos. Yes, gear will always be an integral part. I spend a lot of time and energy doing the gear reviews. I swear, I'm looking right now, I'm looking on the floor, probably 50 knives that need to be reviewed and then pushed out the door on the TNP website. That's right. So hang in there. Again, I'm working a real job. YouTube ain't it. And I'm trying to fit it all in. I do a pretty good job of it. So hang in there. So many cool adventures going. In fact, tomorrow I launch out on another backpacking trip. Yo! Allie in tow. So far she's doing great. The family wishes to extend their thank yous as well. I better wrap it up. I don't want to bore you guys. Where I'm at 16 minutes. Holy cow. This is going to be a basic edit video. This is Nut and Fancy. Quick update and merchandising announcement here in the Nut and Fancy project. Get your hats and your patches. Nut and Fancy, see ya.